Hello and welcome to Face Check. You're joining me for another video in the Versus series where I play Chris from Hidden Assets, better known as CJFM. Now these guys put out quite a lot of videos, a lot of them recorded from Jinteki.net and well worth checking out and keeping up to date with. In this game we'll be playing Tournament Ballad deck, so that means they're most wanted less legal, and I'll be the Corpse. This is a version of the Spark deck that I've been working on. That's currently tournament legal. Swapped out the architects for an additional assassin, I think, and tweaked a little bit of the influence just so I could still have the Astro scripts in it. I'm going to mulligan this hand because I don't have any adverts, and I mulligan into even worse. So good luck. I currently got no what's the word? Adverts. So let me try. So this is going to stay over R&D for a bit. This will go over HQ, and I'm just going to throw this one into a new remote. I can't think of any reason why you would run it as Shaper. So this is new Kate. I don't know what it is. Could be Nexus, could be so Nexus Kate's a thing now where she gets lots of link, up to 5 link, and then just able to blitz past any ice. Really does a lot against this deck. I have a lot of Tracer Ice, Assassin as I mentioned, Archangel, and Resistor, which I installed. So there's a lot of work there. He does have Dirty Laundry. Has he tweaked the influence for a prepaid version to perhaps combat the downsides now? Let's have a think. So I'm going to draw. I'm really looking for an advert, which I'm just not finding, and I can't really risk putting too much out. Let's just throw this over R&D. He will have a Fractor at some point, and that's just to really tax a little bit, but I need money. I've already lost the early game advantage. Without 2 adverts, the game goes horribly for me. If I can res a product placement and a launch campaign or an Adonis or anything, and certainly put that behind a bit of ice, even an advertisement piece of ice, the game goes a lot more smoothly for me. Still, I've been in worse positions. If I can just dig to get those adverts. Now, Hyperdriver's interesting. David from the London team from last week runs a Hyperdriver Kate deck. He doesn't have Cyber Cipher, so maybe it's not that one. Basically, it's Hyperdriver deck, Diaper, spelled like hyper but with a D. I'm going to throw this over HQ to protect that and credit up. I'm really solidifying my board state a little, get some money. Anyway, David's deck runs Hyperdriver, Keyhole, Medium, False Echoes, and he basically it's like a 13-14 turn click, 14 click turn I should say. False Echoes away all your ice on here, DDoSes it, False Echo, and then you'll get to see pretty much everything that's still in R&D at the end. So this really isn't going well for me at all. I'm going to draw. I'm just going to throw this out there, I think. So let's just throw that into server 1, and then let's throw this into, I don't want to put it in archives, could be a useful card, might be a terrible card. I'm just going to throw it into a new remote. But not a single economy card yet. I've gone through 12 cards in my deck and not seen a single piece of money. This is really not going well for me at all. I may, breaking news, into trashing that, but that is a significant hit for me. Trashing Aesop, I should say. I don't have the money for it. If I did have the money for it, I would. Or if he installs a bunch more resources, which he might. I mean, if he installs one more resource, I'll go for it. It slows him down a little, but not too much. Okay, so I'm just going to have to let him get that fired off. Right, so let's throw Jackson on server 2. And then let's see if I can find an economy card. I'm going to throw that on server 1. And then I might as well make him lose a credit. And I'll bin... Oh, I don't really want to bin anything. I might bin you, I guess. And end the turn there. And he's going to keep ticking away, getting credits. I don't think he'll sell anything to ace up this time, so get the 2 of daily casts. But I really need to see some economy. I'd ideally like it if he installed like maybe 2 more daily casts or something. I could advance, and all-seeing eye away all these resources. Slow him down, but wouldn't stop him. Slowing down, putting the brakes on is probably enough at this point. I'm really behind. I can't res half this ice. Can't do anything. I'm not gaining money. I'm not threatening to score. I'm half tempted to let him have it, but I suppose I should. If I give him those 2 points and then Jackson away, these 2 next time. I guess I just can't give up the points so early. I could have thrown away something else. Kind of, I want mid-seasons. Actually, I should have been mid-seasons. That would have been a much better idea. I don't have the money to get it off, and I do run a second copy. Still, live and learn. But what he could probably take from that, or if he's thinking about it, if I'm binning a single agenda there, I've probably got too many in hand. If I couldn't find something else to throw away that wasn't an agenda and let him into it, then I'm probably flooded. So we'll see if he starts to make any moves coming down the middle. So this is getting a little better, I guess. So if I install this in server 2, I'm half tempted to install this naked, but it'll probably run out at this point. I'm just going to gain credit and gain credit. Now I don't have enough to res the information overload, plus he's not tagged, so it's not really going to do anything. The trace 1 at the start is not likely to do much. Okay, he's gone big. He's gone up to 7 clicks. I can do a lot. If he fishes out an opus, you can really power your economy. Spending, might be what he's doing. An opus based economy is a problem for me. Now let's see what we got. If I were to bring out Archangel, would that be useful? The answer is probably no. He would get in for 2. Let's say he's running size. How much are size? That's cyber ciphers. So they're 2. So it costs them 4. And they can then break it for another. So it costs them 6 and a dog token. No, I'll just let him start using up his dog tokens or the traces on the resistor. So let's see if he breaks it with Lady. Yeah. Now he's got a fairly good chance of hitting something here. Yeah, I'm just such a bad start for me. Such a bad start. I'll continue let him using up his dog tokens. Also a finite amount. It is a most wanted legal deck, so the amount of recursion that he has, clone chips, 1 influence, ladies, 1 influence. Don't know what else he's importing yet. Getting rid of Jackson, that's another problem. Well, no, I can shovel that back at least. No, Apocalypse. That is jokes, mate. Absolute jokes. He's running 3. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. So I guess he wasn't so bothered about using up his dog tokens. No, go ahead. Possibly the worst start I've ever had of this game, and just getting worse. Now, it would have been hard pressed to actually keep him out anyway. Even when I was set up, but it would have been a little bit more of a game. So this could be over very quick. If he sees another couple of agendas, I do have 1 in hand, but there are a lot still in there. If he does a Maker's Eyes, his last click, then he'll probably have a buttload of cards. Now if he's clever, he might put an agenda on top and a piece of ice second if he doesn't have the Maker's Eye. That way I'll draw into the piece of ice, he'll assume I'll install it, and maybe money up, depending how expensive the ice is. And then he can go in and maybe get it next time. I don't know, it depends on the cards. Indexing is a good card. Was that a core set? It was not. What was was it second cycle there? So Maker's Eye obviously being core set, you could see 3 cards, and this one is spin cycle, was it? Okay, so things have gone from bad to worse. However, my ability to reset up should be okay because all my money cards must be in here. I'm a glacier type deck. I've only lost 5-6 pieces of ice, I guess. So let's draw. He knows it's in hand. Draw. Install, I guess. And that will have to be the end of... I'm going to have to bin mid-seasons, I suppose. End turn. I mean, you could always run and trash that anyway. So he did what I suspected. Left something enticing for me to install, but knew that it was going to use up credits. So then I had to decide whether to keep them in hand or it's all over. Like if he runs again, he could find it. There could very well be another one on top there. Not too much I can do. Yeah, son of a. It was such a bad start. If I had any sort of money, I'd be in a much better position. I'm going to just res that, I suppose. You can go trash it, but here's hoping I find a cheap piece of ice. I clicked that, right? Yeah. Okay, so got something. Draw. Let's just throw that over server 3 to protect my investment. And let's throw that over R&D and pretend that I've got nothing in hand. Now, chances of me winning from here are slim to none. Despite the hit from prepaid voice pad with the most wanted list, it's not done any disservice to Kate. She's still a decent runner. Clearly doesn't need the prepaids. Prepaids here just be more things face down. I wonder if you've got anything apart from Aesops to get rid of the face down cards. Probably not. Aesops themselves just mean that's effectively 12 money sitting on the table just waiting to be had. Come on, 1 and 4. Yeah, okay. Chances of tagging us. That's wrong. Just because it didn't register the other hyperdriver going away. So let's draw again. Let me install in server. Let's just put it on HQ. The Suede runs and gain a credit. I'll just make him losing money now. By raising that there, I may be indicating that one of these is an advert and he can get through it easy enough, but that is not the case. So again, Hyperdriver into Apocalypse, that's not bad. Let's have a look at his influence spread there. So it's 2 Apocalypses, 3, 6, both gone. But with Hyperdriver, you could actually same old thing Apocalypse. Yep, not a terrible shout. Do I want to res this is the question, and the answer, then I wouldn't be able to protect that. Feck it. So there's nothing I can do, so trace 5, I'll just let that fire at trace 5. If he wants to pay the 4 to keep it, you can. Might as well both be broke, right? Although I doubt it. I don't know if it's worth 4 to keep the hyperdriver, depends what else he wants to do. We'll see what happens. Oh no, this is 3 net damage, so you have to decide on that one first, and then the second trace is the program destroyer, which gives assassin its destroyer subtype. Don't know if people have been looking at spoilers, but that may become important in the future. I mean, if I was him, I'd probably run and trash Adonis after this. My only real hope is that he hits a product placement in here. So he does want to keep the hyperdriver. I don't necessarily blame him. It's a good little boost. If you had 3 clicks every turn, extra 3 clicks every turn, I'd be very happy. I think you should probably run and trash the Adonis. Yeah. See, that's why I didn't want to res it, because I didn't have enough to do the wraparound. If I put product placement in R&D. Stupid game. Such a bad start. Now he's going to power his economy. Just go server 3. Credit. And then let's make him lose his last credit there. But then he's going to get another 3, just start selling face down cards. Now I've got nothing that can really kill him is my problem. Yeah, even though he was down to like 1 card, there was nothing I could do about it. Certainly not with 1 credit. So, how am I going to win this one? Well, nice try, but not this time. So I'll start getting the money off. Not really enough, but we'll see what happens now? Do I install this? Do I get a scoring remote? Is that a thing that I can do? I don't feel like it's a thing I can do. Alright. Let's just throw it over server 3 anyway, gain a couple of credits. I can't raise it, but that shouldn't necessarily be a problem. So now he's going to get 2, get 5, so picking up sort of 5 credits a turn now for nothing. That's kind of what I wanted to be doing. I actually don't think I've even got enough time to score by the time I'm set back up again. Day job. It's an interesting choice for influence. Not like Shaper are particularly shy on money. So that's my second mid-seasons. I think, did both Jacksons end up in the bin? One there, one removed from game. So there's one still left. Right, so I'll draw for 1. And then I will install on R&D for 2. And I have nothing else I want to do, so I will just gain a credit. He's rolling in the cash, but I'll start making him pay for it. And I will bin. I'm gonna have to bin psychographics, I think. Although it may be more only. No, in fact, I should have been mid-seasons. I can't lose another. Can't lose another agenda. So mid-seasons is literally a dead card. There are a couple of other ways of tagging him in here at least, but not enough to really do anything. Oh well, sad times. Now, there's an interesting article on the winning agenda this week for whether or not you should be allowed to concede. Now, apparently making concessions is a disqualifiable offence. But at this point, like, I almost literally can't win unless he's not put anything else of use in his deck. Like, if his only breakers were like these 3, then I might pin with a chance. But otherwise, I'm pretty much drawing dead. You know, he's drawn back up. He's got another set of breakers there. He's going to be easily able to get through here. Maker's Eye, so bringing out Atman at 5 is not a bad shout against me. Well, it's an expensive way of doing it, but this is probably the win right here. I'll maybe see if I can coax him into a rematch, whether that's filmed or not. GG. Stupid game. I hate Netrunner. Yeah, so that is that. So please, subscribe to Hidden Assets. Watch CJ play all these games. Very regular with their updates, and very, what's the word I'm after? It's well worth listening to. He's got some interesting decks. I mean, you just saw Apocalypse out of Kate there. All pretty exciting stuff. I'll see if I can coax him into a second game, which may or may not be recorded. But until then, this is Face Check, jacking out.